Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. My name Firas Said Khalil, the presenter of paper entitled An Overview on Multimedia Big Data Analytics. Okay, so first of all, introduction. As we know today, multimedia database management is the most important in over the whole the world, because now the currently new generation, especially they face the problem about the big data issue. When I mean, what's the meaning of exactly big data issue? For example, the saving, calling, or any instruction about the query for the database. The big database, a huge database. I mean, when we talk about big data, I mean, the data warehouse for a lot of. Okay, this is just in general introduction as the presenter. This picture talk about the figure, talk about how the multimedia going upgrading or development from 1986 until 2007. So after that, huge number of previous research have been done in multimedia subject, such as indexing, storage of multimedia data. Yeah, but very few resources on this research that how to manage a large size of data, talk as in future work. Yeah, so when we search about big data, there is a lot of previous work, I mean literature review on multimedia with the big data issue challenges. So this just a brief description about multimedia accounts for around 60% for current internet tracks and 70% for cell phone passes. Also 70% for all unavailable data that's over the internet network over the world. Also, a web user upload 72 hours of videos per minute, just for per 1 minute over the whole world, to YouTube and social user post. Average around of 300 million images on Facebook. Also, consumer using mobile phone that upload and download for the images digital camera, so receive around 500 billion images annual. This reference that referred to reference number 25 as presented in the paper. Also here just a brief description about a few about little bit from previous work that for example number 3 and 2 and 24, 29 and 32 talk about social application as the analysis of data that come from social media in big data area such as video. Another group talk about smart applications, send, receive the message and other kinds of data such as audio. The third group is monitoring, surveillance application that talk about a criminal investigation and traffic control. So, and there is many applications that talk about TV and game. How? Yeah, I mean the big data come from TV, games, radio, send, receive email, journals, magazine, and so on. Yeah. So, in general, the literature review, however, many problems have arisen for big data with the development of internet services, index and query content has grown rapidly. Therefore, search engine companies faced a big problem of processing these big data. The current suggested method talk about two main levels, multimedia data type levels and database management instructions. So the user, when he deal with the application, send, receive, whatever, going to the database management, there is a query about to save, retrieve, whatever for the database. So here the main point of this method is to save the files based on exactly data type. For example, for the images PNP, for example, and JPG. Audio, there is MP3, wave, and whatever. Also the text, DOC document or TXT, video, AVI, FLV, and so on. At that time, up to this point, it's easy to retrieve when you implement instruction to retrieve any video or any audio or any text. They go to the exactly data type. Okay, so the evaluation is to make the experiment evaluation result was based on two groups. The first group is create 5 kinds of organized database. Organized. Inside this database, not a big database, just simple database, but this one organized. There is inside this database, as presented here in the previous slide. Yeah, this one. Image, audio, and also graphics based on data type. So managing system after that store 5 kind of files. Okay, another evaluation, the result to access any file on database in one time that compare with non-organized databases. Just randomly we save in one file all these together. This one, when we measure evaluation, of course, if the number of files very little, maybe 100, 200, it's easy and very fast to access this file, exactly what you want to implement the query. But when we have a data warehouse or a big database or meta database, database for database, at that time, so very difficult to access particular file. So when we use organized database, that will be easy. So the conclusion, it's easy to search for all kinds of files. Second, reduce the time it takes to search. Number three, the process in maintaining the files and control is much easier, easy to query. Also, each database has one kind of data types only because we have many databases in one database. Easy for pickup and data retrieve. High insecurity and integrity. High performance. The accessibility for from database management, authentication, and any report problem from one kind of data type. Yeah. So, but when we apply this one, if we hope to get the good result. We have to apply in a huge database to evaluate this method again. Up to this point, that's all about this paper. If you have any question, I'm ready. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.